So I'm very pleased with the way this went in. I got a really good wedge in there. Look how that head's mushroomed out. That's properly done right there. Went way down in there deep. Got that whole wedge in there. That's what you want. So sitting down hard there on the shoulders, you can see all the wood rolled up. That's good. So we want to see that. So we'll take a razor knife and trim that. And then we'll have I'm going to sharpen these, put an edge on them. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll do the finished sand on the handle, maker's mark, and boiled linseed oil. So just trim a little bit more of that off there. Time to put a proper edge on this. I am going to use one of my very special saved files. I've got vintage Nicholson and Simon's files here. Irreplaceable. Can't buy files like this anymore. Man. You're sad when they're gone. This little axe is so pristine that it just not going to need very much work. Yeah, very little work. Be careful, David, with this, because there is sharp, and then there's this, which is a whole another level of sharp. So what I'm doing here is I'll finish off. No matter how careful you are, you'll end up with a little bit of wire on the edge, and a little ceramic rod or a piece of glass. We'll roll those together. I can still feel it on there, right there. So just to show you how sharp this is, here's the fine cutting edge piece of sandpaper backing here. So if we can split paper, without going through it, it gives you an idea how sharp that is. This is the utility edge, finished off with 1000 grit. Same. You can see there. That little split paper without going through. That's sharp. It's really sharp. This steel took a very nice edge. Very, very nice. One of the best I've ever sharpened. It is very wickedly sharp. So there's some sort of a kind of a goo on the back side here. See if we can't put a little kerosene on there. Oh yeah, it's coming out. Just a little sticky on there. I want to keep that original paint. It's a really tough paint, and I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't take it off there. I'd let it wear off with time. There, still got a little. That's coming off there now. Paint's not going to stay on there forever, but there's no reason to take it off. It's a beautiful color, kind of a brown maroon color. Don't need that anymore. I'm just going to leave it like it is. I'm not going to put any more polish on it. Let's go put our maker's mark on. and then we'll do a finish sand, and then we'll treat it with boiled linseed oil, and then it'll be ready to send back to David. So let's put this in here. I certainly will cut myself. I was just touched my arm with it and cut myself. Keep it in the sheath there. All right, let's head over to the metal shop. So the finished sanding is done with 320, and this is the final step, my favorite part. BLO. This is a pretty piece of hickory. Oh man, do I have to send it? Do I have to give it up? Oh, it's pretty, huh? What a nice piece of wood that was. A little on top there. So that's it. 10 hours. That's what 10 hours, so it takes to build a handle like this. Or it takes me 10 hours. I'm very proud of it. I did the best that I could, and I just think it turned out great. What's our overall length? Oops, sorry about that. Ended up with 14. Exactly, 14 inches. Which, you know, the one I look at it and I feel it, I think, yeah, it's nice. Maybe 16 would be better. And if I would have done it 16, I would have probably thought 14 would be better. So I think it's all right. It still has a nice balance to it. I think that 14 was the right choice. I think that's just perfect. A nice palm swell, fawn's foot, double tapered. It tapers both ways there. That's difficult to do and keep it all uniform, but it feels great in the hand. It really mimics the natural shape of your hand. You know how when you grab a piece of clay and mold it to your hand, this is the shape that you get. It's very organic, it's very simple, elegant, but beautiful and functional. This here was kind of a nice little surprise there. It was there's a little knot in the middle of it where you couldn't see it from when I first cut it until I got into it and cut this out there. You can see it goes through, there's a little in, and the way that it ended up right there, exactly centered on the fawn's foot, I think it's charming. It's not going to hurt a thing. That's not going to be an issue there whatsoever. It just gives it a distinctness and character. It's the maker's mark on the handle. I was going to do a taper, kind of a rocker on there, and I like it like this. I'm just going to leave it flat there. I think it just is elegant and looks nice. The head hung really nice. Wedged in there. You saw it, got that wedge all the way in there. Didn't really have to trim any of it, just a little bit. I like to leave these out. You can see here that it's all, how swollen that is. That's a proper job there. That's not going to come loose. It's going to be something you can count on. Sitting down hard on the shoulder. Oh, it's beautiful. Sharp. Utility edge here, 1000 grit. Still took a nice edge on it. Detuned it just a little bit. Ooh, ouch. That's sharp. Here's the cutting edge. Sharp. Very nice. Yeah. I'm stoked. So I guess that's all there is. There's nothing else to say. You know, I'd probably put a little Obenovs on this sheath, but it's not mine. It is split leather, it's suede, so that will change the color, so I'll let David do that. It's his axe. Yeah. Pretty nice. I think we should flip that around there. What do you think? Yeah. A lot of you, including myself, have been very frustrated with the camera shaking in the last few videos, and I do apologize for that. That's part of the learning curve of doing things. I'm switching over to using the iPhone 6 Plus for all my videoing, and there are a few things I need to work out. I think I've got that problem solved. I was not locking the focus, and I just recently learned how to do that. Also, the sound quality has not been very good, and I've just ordered some adapters so I can use a wireless mic on it. So bear with me, a little bit of growing pains on that, but I think ultimately it's going to end in a really good product. So yesterday I spent quite a bit of time in the studio. I'm upgrading things, trying to improve the video and audio quality of the videos, and that comes with a lot of education and learning that I don't have. So I want to do the best videos I can, and so bear with me on that. So I've got some videos for you. Top left is a charming little antique match holder that my granddad used to carry when we used to grow up. I grew up hunting with my grandfather, and he always had that in his pocket, and he had it tied on with a piece of paracord. He tied everything on. I think it was from years in the military, worried about losing things, and that was one thing that I remember him carrying, and I'm very lucky to have it. Lucky thing for you is they still make them, and so I'll put a link down in the subject heading where you can take a look at those. A wonderful little gift that just costs a few dollars. It would be a welcome addition to anyone's kit. I just really like it. I think it's a cool little design. Right, top right, the cruiser jacket. I did a two-part series on the wool cruiser, kind of a little bit of the history and some of the options and why I like them. I'll tell you what, I have been living in my wool Mackinac cruiser this winter. I absolutely love it. I've worked outside in construction most of my life, and so I know what it's like to be outside, and I've worn a lot of different coats, and there really is nothing like this. I know it's expensive. It's a huge investment for something like that, but it's something that is a heritage item that you will always have, and that will just, you'll forget the price in the first year that you use it. It just is, they're just that good. It's beyond warm. I would categorize it as cozy. You get that feeling you get when you wrap a wool blanket around your shoulders. It's wonderful. So I'll put some options in the subject heading for that as well. Bottom left, the golf ball file handle. A solution to the age-old problem of an inexpensive file handle, and I use mine, use it all the time doing axe handles, and I just think it's a wonderful little trick that anyone can do with just some basic hand tools. So I also wanted to ask, I spent yesterday the whole day upgrading and working on my studio, which you see me in now. I want to produce the best quality product that I can, and that includes audio and better lighting and better video. I am limited with the satellite internet that I have, but I want to make sure that I make videos as watchable as possible. So I've got a couple innovations, some things that I put together on the cheap, and if you would be interested in seeing that, I know it doesn't really fall into the theme of modern homesteading, but do we have to adhere to a rigid set of rules here? Let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to share with you. And I've invented a very innovative little iPad holder. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to share that with you in the next video. So if you would take a moment to click the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And we'll see you guys. Excuse me. That's not good audio. See you guys in the next video.